Flipping heck. How are we all? Morning. Friday. It's Friday. We got room for it's Friday. It's Friday feelings. Friday vibes. Friday vibes. I got Friday wholesomeness. Friday vibes. Friday feelings. Sunny Friday vibes. Fun Friday. Hashtag fuck off fun. Fuck off on Friday. Morning, everyone. Morning, Alison Barber. I thought that was fun coming towards me. Keep your eyes peeled. Hope you had a lovely birthday, Dawny. Did I say it was someone's birthday today? Who was it? Is it Deborah? Is it Deborah? Where's Deborah? Deborah Edgar. Happy birthday to you. 67 and you're you. Happy birthday, Deborah Edgar. Happy birthday to you. Sorry if you're listening on podcast. This is lovely Deborah Edgar, whose birthday it is. She still thinks she's 40. Give us a high kick right now, Deborah. Go on. We're all going to wait. We're all going to listen for the sound, the whipping sound of your leg as it goes up. Ready, steady, go. That was a good one. Well done. How is everyone? How are you? Happy birthday, Deborah. Everyone's saying happy birthday. Morning, Laura Bishop, Farida R, Margaret O'Brien, Anne Murray, Susan Sellings. What have we got in store for you today before the weekend? You see, for us, the weekends ramp up and get busier because we're delivering all sorts of stuff. Not only have you got the curly cocks of Croydon. Oh, yes, a pair of curly cooks of Croydon tomorrow. You've got coffee moaning. You've got the missing 2025 vlog, which is going to be landing this weekend. Oh God, that's a bit prescient, isn't it? Given one of the stories we're talking about today. You've got the fundraiser. Let's not forget the fundraiser. Saturday evening, Zoom, children not numbers. It will be a celebration of life, children, food, and Palestinian culture. So I know a number of you are going to be joining us for that. And then on Sunday, it's going to be a live No Name Sunday show. It might be again a later in the day. We're noticing that you're quite enjoying these afternoon hangouts. I feel they're like a hangout with friends. And that's nice. Because it was like I met a few of you at Lee's wonderful live gig on Tuesday this week. And that was nice too. I'll tell you what I am a bit annoyed about right now, though. We've got a washing machine, a Hoover washing machine that's showing an error 20. I hate that kind of shit because then you go online, it gives you all sorts of fucking really sensible, rational, easy solutions and none of them work. Oh, guys, Nikki Ball just bought your ticket. Chin chin. You'll have a lovely weekend. Yeah, so we ramp it up and we get loaded and we have a good time. We have enough material for a green-fingered hell. I hear you cheer. Nanny Di she's a small presence in it, smaller than normal. I'm afraid the old green-fingered hell journey, though Nan is coming for a long Easter weekend, so hopefully we can get her in the garden, but literally getting her anywhere from within 2 yards is very difficult for her, bless her. So better than a Hoover Error 404, which is a missing washing machine. I want to punch my washing machine in its really kind of inexpressive face. It just sits there just looking at us like, E20, sort it out. It's like, fucking hell. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about this. We've got some footage. Well, and don't worry. Well, no, it's traumatic footage shot by eyewitnesses of the Hudson helicopter horror footage. It was just those helicopters that when you travel to New York, you see them across London, not quite so many, but when you're in New York, there is a constant buzz when you're downtown, certainly in the financial district area. You can hear the buzz of tourist choppers and helicopters sort of scooting around the Hudson River, showing, things like the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island and all that kind of stuff. It always amazes me that there aren't more accidents, but this is the story of a tragic accident that happened yesterday. We're also going to be talking about bad texting etiquette, not necessarily what you text, how you text, but what it means and what kind of people they are who don't answer texts. And I'm talking about texts between, friends, family members, I mean, obviously, some of us guys, we text each other because we've all kind of become friends over time. But, you know, some people have a disproportionate volume of texts that come and DMs, for example. I wish I could answer every DM I get, and I have a little kind of pass through sometimes and try to. But with all the will in the world, just so many messages come in. So if it's bad enough for me, imagine how many Nadia gets in, which is why she sort of feels overwhelmed sometimes. But I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about, you know, your bestie. When your bestie contacts you, or when you contact your bestie and they don't get back to you for ages, or someone you think's a bestie, or a child, or a mum, when they just don't text you. What does it say? What does it mean? You know, what should we read into it? And all that kind of stuff. And we're also going to talk about friends who bring partners to social gatherings. That great phrase when they say, yeah, we'll see you soon. And everyone in the group goes, oh no, he's bringing Sarah. Oh shit, can't have that conversation about what? Something nice like golf. I don't do golf conversations. That nice chat about how Sarah's boyfriend, our best mate, embarrassed himself when he had too much curry the other night. Yeah, she won't want to know about that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, but also, you know, those female friends, those groups of women who have one in their group says, "Oh, do you mind if Terry comes?" And Terry's always coming. Why does Terry always have to come? We never get to see the real you, Deborah. Why is Terry always here? So get your stories on around those things. Friends who invite partners who won't leave. They're like Velcro. I texted Nadia, said, this is a great story for loose women today. I said, the fabulous thing for you is, and all of her friends would testify to this, the Fab Four, the loose friends, she's got other friends, I'm sure. Trying to get me to come is a struggle. It's not that I don't want to, but I actually think, well, we'll get to that story in a minute. I think it's bad form. I think there's something odd if you want to hang out too much with your partner's friends. Farida, I prefer, let's say Jemima. Jemima's meeting at the Lonsdale Arms. Jemima, we'll meet you at the Lonsdale Arms on Friday, yeah? Let's meet about 5. We can have twinkles, and then we could maybe consider having some foie gras. Okay, Jemima, so see you there about 7. What's that? Oh, Tarquin. Oh, really? Oh, what, it's going to come with you, is he? Maybe I'll invite Jeremy. I don't know. I didn't think it was a kind of friends and partners thing. Safe space, exactly, Edward Bevington. Though I have to say, I know a number of people in my life who say this is a safe space. Whenever people say this is a safe space, it isn't. It isn't a safe space, guys. It's not. It's a space in which they want you to trip some truths out in a trusting manner. Truthfully tripping truths in a trusting manner. Truthfully tripping truths in a trusting manner. And that safe space ain't safe, I promise you, because they go back. What they do is they fold up the safe space and go, thank you very much. I'll see you in another few years with another safe space. So Edward Bevington, I have a problem with that phrase, safe space. You find out quickly which of your social groups, YouTube says, feels closer to you. The first group to say something about the other group. Lol. I know what you're saying. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Oh, Farida, I'm pleased you're waking up. We're going to talk about this tragedy. I don't understand helicopters. I've traveled in many. I've filmed out of many. I've talked about it before. I've hung out of them on ropes with cameras, digibeta cameras, not even small cameras, on me, thinking I was impenetrable. Absolute moron. But I was being flown by the Chilean army. So I've flown in helicopters. I've actually controlled a helicopter. I've been given the controls of a helicopter, nothing scarier. But this is the tragic story of the Hudson helicopter horror crash that happened yesterday. It always captures the imagination of the world. I think there's that film, isn't there? Sort of Hugh on the Hudson, something on the Hudson, the guy, the pilot, who crash landed an airplane into the Hudson River and saved all those lives. This tragically, a whole family has been lost, as well as the pilot of the chopper, and all the papers are running. Yes, the propeller is just a horrendous part of it all, and we've got footage of the propeller as it sheared off in the air. This is the family that tragically passed away, perished. A Spanish family. This was literally minutes before they got on board. It just breaks my heart. This is them in the actual helicopter. This is the first footage I saw taken by Sully. That's it. This is the footage taken. You don't actually see the impact. It's kind of shielded, fortunately, but you see this. You hear the impact. You can kind of see that there were no blades on the top of the helicopter. From another angle, you can see here, there goes the propeller blade. That splash at the bottom that's the helicopter body that's already turned upside down, as you can see. But this, look, that's the propeller, which must have flown off into the sky.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
So shocking. And it's just, I don't think anyone, papers, the news and newspapers always, we have a curiosity, don't we, in who these things have happened to. And when we've all been on holidays, we've all been on trips. Me and Nadia were remembering the lunatic decision we made when we were much younger. We'd just become parents, and Maddie was 1.5, nearly 2. Getting on a boat, it was a tourist boat, into the Iguazu Falls, and we left obviously Maddie on the side with that guide. I mean, a pair of absolute idiots. I mean, all it would have taken was a natural freak disaster, and it would have been catastrophic. We all make decisions and we all make choices on these trips that we presume and assume are safe, but you can't forever kind of guard against just freak accidents. And I'm sure there'll be a huge investigation into how a propeller blade could fly off like that. It's just horrendous. But that footage of the propeller blade has just really sort of kind of stuck with me and haunted me all morning. It's just awful, just awful. In other news that I just want to flag this up, because I just think this is absolutely horrendous. And then we'll get onto the lighter stuff. But this story, only the Guardian's running this story. I can't quite believe this. Israeli military organizes tourist tours of newly occupied Syrian territory. This is quite flabbergasting. These are bulletproof armored IDF vehicles. What sort of Israeli, well, we know, twice daily hiking trips for civilians in the Golan buffer zone, recently seized by Israel, have sold out almost immediately. This, for me, albeit that in Syria, Israel hasn't engaged in the same genocidal intent as they have in Gaza. There's just something perverted and perverse about tourist trips into conflict zones. Just tasteless, crass. It speaks to, we always keep being told it's not all of Israel that feels this about Palestine. It's not all of Israel. God Almighty, those of us campaigning for Israel, for Palestine, want to desperately believe it's not all of Israel. But Israel doesn't shroud itself in glory, does it? I mean, next, I didn't post, will there be tourist trips? Have there been tourist trips? Can we trust that footage? I'm not entirely sure. When they were publishing it a while back, of that is sort of the grande dame of settlers, that sort of older woman who's got a sort of twitch and a kind of wild look in her eye. Tourist trips to go and look at the graves of Gazan children. It's just shocking, absolutely, to try and normalize the use of land as quickly as possible, as if it's just part of their backyard. This is do not be in any way deceived. This is Greater Israel at work. This is Greater Israel spreading. Let's do it with little tourist buses. There'll be universal bus rides next. It just crass, tasteless, and actually, you know, does make you go, for fuck's sake, Israel, as a country, sort your shit out. Just sort your shit out. Running around the playground, always telling everyone else to sort their shit out. Sort your shit out. Tasteless. You know what? Disappointing. Go and stand in the corridor. Anyway, that's the serious stuff. Let's talk about bad texting, shall we? Okay, so here's the question. When you receive a text, and when I say a text, I mean, as I said at the beginning, I'll preface this with a text or a WhatsApp from a close friend, you know, or a friendship group or whatever. Not in a group chat, because group chats have a whole different kind of dynamic to them. So a text, you send a text to a member of your family and then you hear nothing for about 2 days. What's the allowed amount of time between sending a text to someone close and not expecting a reply? Do any of you not reply to text? For me, it's a really annoying thing. Now, the caveat I have to give to that, and I think I said at the beginning here, I'm looking at my phone now, just have a look, is that when things like WhatsApp, I find very, very different. It's like WhatsApp, often you're in groups and sometimes you want to sit back a bit and consider. I mean, me and Ned, I'm in about 5 or 6 different groups. Sometimes you want to sit back, or other times I often think, oh, if it's a kind of group text or a WhatsApp group, oh, they're all kind of going to be happily chin wagging between themselves. I don't have to, you know, time poor. We're all kind of rushing around doing our bits, aren't we? But what I find, does anyone else find this, is that if I don't get back to, or I get a load of text saying I've been editing, I mean, Nadia's often kind of got headphones on, so she hears text, or should hear text. I'm often got my headphones in doing something completely unrelated to the news. It's really hard to stay across news as much as we need to when one's head is in the edit. But sometimes you can go back to your phone and you can just see a sea of green, and all your messages with all your best laid plans, best of intentions, they all slip down the thingy. And I know that some of us guys who are in touch, you know, I'll often sort of say, oh, I'm sorry, you know, the messages have all been pushed down. And what I tend to try and do is at the weekend, I'll find myself, more often than not in the bath, I'll find myself a little kind of half-hour purchase window where I can scour through. And then if there's not many, I will then go onto some DMs in social media. But rarely, if ever, if someone sent me a really important text or a question, so say someone says, oh, how are you? How are things? I wouldn't just ignore it. I would not just ignore it unless I've been totally distracted and it's been pushed down my inbox. What about you guys? Edward Bevington, true friends will be comfortable waiting for your reply unless super urgent. That's a good point. Adele Kirby, I am terrible for replying to others sometimes, but this is usually because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed or tired due to various anxieties. If it's urgent, then I'll get back ASAP. Hannah Millward, I find it really hard to respond to texts. I see it, think I'll reply later, then keep forgetting until it's way too late. And then I feel like an awful person. I do think it's my ADHD that makes this worse. There is that. Sometimes one can get a bit kind of embarrassed. You're like, oh God, that's been ages. What do I do? How do I open the conversation? Reese, I consider myself a thoughtful, good texter. You're a great texter, Reese. One of my methods regarding a deeper text is to preview it via lock screen. Wow. Go into the Notes app, take time in crafting a thoughtful response, and then send. Ah, nice idea. I do hate these apps that show whether you've read something, because the green ticks, they can pop up. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you can deactivate them, but I don't like to deactivate them. They can pop. The green ticks on WhatsApp can activate a read. even if your phone is open. So if I'm doing a workout and the WhatsApp app is open and texts come in, they'll come up as read, but I haven't read them. I'll come off my live, I'll clear the screen and then move on. Me too. For me, depends on the context of the message. Who here receives a text and sits like a Bond villain, like this, going, I won't reply. I could never do that. I never too chaotic. Could never do that. Oh, that's a bit. I might reply to that one later. Are there people who work like that? Unfortunately, I think I'm related to some people who work like this. I go, no, I'm gonna punish you. Honestly, it's like, I mean, our eldest, Maddie, she finds it intolerable when people don't reply to texts. It's just like, even if it's a kind of, I mean, sometimes if I'm aware that someone's kind of a bit needy or needing comforting or is going through trouble or problems, I'll drop them a message saying, look, just doing this, we'll get back to you in more detail. Spinner's End. I will delete a text if not answered, because it makes me feel horrible if I just see it sitting there over time. Wow, really? God. So you'll then delete your text. Who hates this? Message deleted in a WhatsApp. Less in a WhatsApp. Well, no, in a WhatsApp group, it's pretty bad too. When you see a message deleted, I immediately go to the person and go, what did you delete? And then you can tell that by the way in which they wriggle, you're like, right, you really didn't mean that one for me. Cozy Vibes and Cats. Hi, Cozy Vibes and Cats. I just suddenly felt really cozy and vibey, and I'm not a big fan of cats, sorry. I would say 24 hours, as I would be worried if I didn't hear back from a close family member, especially my mum, as she lives alone. This is a huge problem with my mum. She's got a new phone. I know it's taken her a little bit of time to get used to it. But mum, when you watch this, you really don't think to reply to everything, do you? It's really quite annoying. I hate it when people say, oh, Emma Staple, I just get overwhelmed and overthink my response to the point that I give up, even on the simplest messages sometimes. Oh, well, I'm pleased you didn't get overwhelmed by that, because thank you for saying that. I know what you mean. Sometimes you can be presented with such a tricky scenario that you're like, I don't know what to say here. But here's the thing. When people come, and I can think of someone very close to me who would say this in the past. They go, oh, yeah, no, I saw it, but I just didn't have any time. And you're like, fuck off. Sorry, kind of some deep-seated sort of familial trauma just came out then. You're like, all I said was, are you okay? I saw it, but I just didn't have time. In a sort of, you are such an idle fucker for being able to have the time to text me in a really kind fashion and say, how are you doing? And then when you try, and I have with this person, tried to say, that's not very nice, is it? I mean, I'm not actually asking you to engage in a 60-page text marathon. I'm just saying, how you doing? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just didn't have time. Whoa, thanks, dear heart. Rude. Totally. Kez C, sometimes I just can't be bothered. Oh my God, that statement is like, I was at the gym having done a crazy workout, heading back to edit something and then heading out to film something else. And I saw a guy sitting in the sun on a Wednesday lunchtime in the gym reading a book. And I thought, and I was envious. I didn't judge him. I was like, how are you letting yourself do that? How can you be kind enough to yourself to give yourself the time to do that? And I got the same response, Kez C. Sometimes I just can't be bothered. Maybe what you're saying, Kez C, though maybe actually what you're saying is just that. But what you could be saying, what that could be hiding is, maybe none of us can be bothered, but we're all trying to prettify it. Oh, Susan Sellings takes the discussion a little bit in a different direction. Susan Sellings, a friend of mine, sent a saucy text to me, instead of her husband, and she deleted it straight away. But unfortunately, you can't leave us hanging. Oh, there it is. I'd seen it. What was it? What did she? Was it a saucy photo? Oh my God. Oh, how funny. Don't send an aubergine to the wrong person. That would be funny. Yeah, I mean, with my mum, I get it, because she struggles with her fingers now. It's tricky. Laugh out loud, Susan. Lucy Williams. Me too. Anne-Marie Shellard. My other one is letting it look like I'm typing for 5 minutes and it's just one word. Oh my God. Can someone explain to me, does the tech that says typing, I wonder if the kind of the creators and makers of the tech of WhatsApp have built in a bug to just torment us, because you're right, typing, and then it comes through, yes. What? No, you've written something really long and you've decided to delete it. I go through such huge swirling narratives. And Christos, possibly you're the only exception. Voice notes, don't do voice notes. I mean, this is slightly off the texting etiquette, answering, responding, not responding subject. But two things Nadia does that drives me mad. She now speaks her text, which means she'll lose the use of her fingers and they'll become wibbly wobbly jelly things. So she just goes text, and then she says the text. And then if you walk into the room and say, like I do, something like, oh, can I see your fanny? Just as an example, it then goes, and I'd say that to annoy her, it goes into her text. I do it every time. It's like photo bombing a voice note that's being said so that the phone translates it into text. You've just done a fanny fart. I'll say something like that, and it comes up and she sends it to someone. It's so funny. It's fun. It's fun. I know I shouldn't have shared these kind of intimate details between me and that. But anyway, so I hate that. I hate receiving voice notes. I've recorded one voice note, I think, in my life. I think. And I think that went to Christos. And my pet hate, and it's not texting, is when Nadia, why do some people feel the need to have their conversations on open talkback, which means you can't hide, which kind of is a segue into the final story about friends who bring partners. Because when Nadia has her phone on her, it's not that I don't want to talk to Lisa that day. I like to be present and focused and attentive. Because what generally happens is I'll be driving or something. Nadia gets on the blower to say Lisa. She puts her on open talkback. I'm concentrating on driving, or I might have had the radio on, God forbid. I'm doing the driving. I'm needing to keep myself stimulated. And then they're chit chat. Something's being said really loudly. It's all kind of, oh, we have to hear everything. And then Nadia holds it up and goes, well, what do you think, Martin? I'm like, I don't know. It sounds rude. It sounds rude because I've been listening, and I haven't been listening. I didn't want to have a conversation with Lisa then, not because I don't love Lisa, but because I didn't want to have a conversation then. It's like being hijacked. But anyway, that brings us to friends who bring partners, and then we'll do the quiz. Friends who bring partners. Look, this is the quote. We're on our way. Why your friends secretly wish you'd stop bringing your partner everywhere. Which takes us back to Jemima and Tarquin. Oh, look at Tarquin looking into camera with his incredibly busy shirt design. And his full pint. That's an annoying one, isn't it? Who are the friends here? I guess the women are the friends. Oh God, I guess women are the friends here, aren't they? And it's that thing of I don't invite myself to any of Nadia's friend groups ever. My assumption is no group of women wants a man to come along. And then every time I see Nadia, she says, oh, they really wish you'd come along. They think you're rude. I'm like, yeah, but this didn't come down on one of Moses's 10 etched into the stones of Moses's 10 commandments. It's written, thou shalt not join or commune with women when women are out on a bender. As a man, it's a tent pot. It's one of the structural tenets of relationships. So I've never wanted. I can only believe that when Tarquin wants to go to the pub with Jemima, it's because he's nosy. You think when I was back in my jealous days, you think I really did. I didn't. I never did. I never wanted. No. I know. I want to scurry in the opposite direction. Jemima and Tarquin, absolutely so white. They're so white. They really burn in the sun. They're that white. They almost look ill. They look like ghosts, Reese, really quite pasty. But, they get off to do some skiing every year, yeah, after they've had their sort of, Sunday lunch at the Rosendale. 1031 dash, whatever your name is. That doesn't look quite right. Maybe you've typed it incorrectly, or is it just an underscore? 100% Mark. My girlfriends and I go out on Fridays and it's meant for us alone. No men are ever allowed. What about if I came? Can I come along? It's different, I think, if women have a male friend. That's different. If a friend comes, but the partner. I mean, and I have to confess, it was a downer. It was a Debbie Downer whenever I was, you know, when we were a group of blokes. This wasn't because you were being bastards, but you wanted to be able to say, oh, do you know what? I don't know if it's the right relationship for me. We can't say that in front of her, can you? You can't say it in front of Debbie. It's Debbie coming, but you're not happy with Debbie. Why is Debbie coming? Oh, she really feels down at the moment. I know, but this was our night. We're all going to get completely loaded. What's Debbie doing coming? And Debbie, unfortunately, sadly, was always on a bit of a downer. It was a Debbie Downer. That's what we called it, a Debbie Downer. Lee Jordan, a strong relationship means not feeling like you have to live in each other's pockets. Agree. And I agree, Tarquin. Dear heart, I've lost good friends to their husbands. Yeah. Edward Bevington, it's good to have your time with friends. You don't need to bring ungrateful partners or even keen ones. I can't help but just feel it's nosy. And at its worst, let's have another look at this photograph here. The guy in the middle, he might look like with his open hand, sort of slightly cupping his cup. He might look like he's just there for the chats, but he's actually potentially a deeply jealous, controlling nightmare of a man who wants to know everything they're planning and doing. Control freaks come in different shapes and sizes, and I think he's one. The other thing is that then you have a partner. This is quite a good one. I like this dynamic where Bill, why has Bill come along, is always bored by the conversations that are going on and then makes you feel in your group of friends like, oh God, we have to cater for Bill. Are you all right, Bill? What's wrong, Bill? Are you all right, Bill? You okay, Bill? So there we go. Do a couples night for that, MeTube. Exactly. Don't bring your other half. Oh, Lucy Williams, that's an interesting dynamic. I've met people in the past where the partner was fundamentally more interesting. Oh, don't say that. That's a tricky one, isn't it? The Country Pumpkin, I agree, Mark. Some people aren't allowed to go out alone with their friends, and it's sad, and it can be done in the most sort of the weirdest of ways. They just want to keep tabs. So for me, it's like I said to Nads, literally, do you want to hear the text I sent Nads this morning? I said, this is funny. I'm going to do this on Coffee Moaning. Think the team will love it. That's how I refer to you lot. That's how I refer to you all. Yeah, the team. That's you. It's me and you. Oh, Country Pumpkin, you've outstayed your welcome there. Thank you. Just sus. So this is funny. I'm going to do it on Coffee Moaning. I think the team will love it. It's a good loose topic. You have the opposite problem with me, don't you? Laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Right, let's do the quiz. I'm feeling the Friday vibes. Are you feeling the Friday vibes? I'm feeling Friday vibes. Oh, do you know what I just thought then? I just thought, good God, 22 years ago, it would have been a complete fucking mess in Soho. Oh, yeah. Go uptown, smash it about a bit, flick it around a bit. Not know what the hell I was flicking or smashing, just doing it, hanging it, living it. Sorry. Chi-Chi Defo is feeling it. Yeah, look, look at her there. Oh, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi. The eyebrows are going, Chi-Chi. It's all right, stay. There's nothing for you. Oh, no. I disturbed her elixir of rest. Oh. Such a compliment, Mark. Team. You're the team. You're my team. Send us one of your texts, Reese. I like your texts. I love your movie reviews by text. I've missed them. Not a lot of films out at the moment, is there? What's out today? Me and Maddie are reviewing Death of a Unicorn. Weird. I mean, I love fucking unicorns, though. Sorry, let me put that a different way. I fucking love unicorns. You're the gang. Give her a treat, Mark. I haven't got a treat. I can give her an olive. Hello, olive. Say, Chi-Chi, do you want an olive? No, she doesn't want an olive. No, she doesn't like olives. Well, you're my team. You're my team. Where's Reese gone? Just when you need him. Reese! So funny if you're in you're on headphones and in a really important place and you mustn't be heard. Shut up. Okay, so let's do the quiz, shall we? Let's go into the weekend if we're feeling the vibes. I know, I wish Warfare was out today. All I'm seeing is all the American movie reviewers reviewing it. And it makes me want to break my own jaw, MeTube. It does, against the floor. And thank you for the Murder Bot recommendation. Check that trailer out. Looks interesting, doesn't it? Apple TV on a bit of a ride, on a run or a roll or whatever it is. Okay, so where the fuck have I put this thing? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh no, that's not it. Oh no, what have I done? Have I gone and you know what I've done? I've gone and deleted it. Hang on, let me get it back. Bear with me, everyone. It's quite nice you just hanging for moments of silence. What's the song? Silence. Is there a song that has silence in it? There is a song that has silence in it. Silence. Haha, sorry, missed you for a sec. What was it? Forget it, Reece, you're out, you're gone. You didn't answer. You didn't answer our text. You're not interested. It's done. All right. Oh, we watched one of the Black Mirrors last night. Oh, yeah, because Maddie's acting teacher was in one of the episodes. And my God, it was a fantastic episode. Really good. We might do a review of it if we've got time today. Silence. What is it? The Sound of Silence. Yeah, that's it. Okay, question 1. A miracle baby girl became the first child in the UK to be born to a mother using a donated womb. Wasn't a womb of her own. After whom was baby Amy named? Was it A, her aunt, B, her grandmother, or C, the surgeon who carried out the transplant? Don't be led up the garden path like I was. I got it wrong. Who was the baby Amy named after? Her aunt A, her grandmother B, or the surgeon who carried out the transplant C? Now, C would have been lovely. It would have been a poetic. It would have been just like, but it's not that answer. It's not C. I've given you a clue that it's between A and B. Clodagh, Fiona the Daft Tulip Reed Egan. Where's Fiona Reed? Fiona, get yourself back in the room. Fiona. Sorry, the answer is A, her aunt. Question 2, King Charles III, that's our king, in case you didn't know, and Queen Camilla had a private meeting with Pope Francis at the Vatican as part of their state visit to Italy. But which legendary British comedy act did the king quote in his speech at a lavish banquet to mark the occasion? Was it A, Monty Python, B, Morecambe and Wise, or C, Spike Milligan? Which legendary British comedy act did King Charles quote in his speech at a lavish banquet to mark meeting the Pope? Was it A, Monty Python, B, Morecambe and Wise, or C, Spike Milligan? Certainly is, MeTube. Let's fire some knicker elastic through the window. I used to go to school with a guy called Lloyd. He came to my school. He was brought to Holland Park because he would throw children from, what was the school? He used to throw other kids in his class out of the window. So he got expelled from Cardinal Manning. And I first came across Lloyd playing rugby. And I didn't want to play rugby. And I was a winger because I was little and I was fast. And so I ran fast, and Lloyd Beddoes destroyed me because he was in the opposing team. That's when he was at, what did I just say? Cardinal Manning. Anyway, so he came to our school because he was expelled for throwing kids through windows. I was very lucky with Lloyd. Somehow I managed to make him my friend, or he didn't throw me through a window, but he would throw people through windows. And anyway, yeah, and that was his trick. He threw about 3 people out of class windows. He did it when the teachers weren't there. No one had the bravery to say anything, and there was no CCTV back then. Shot putter potential, absolutely. The answer is A, Monty Python. Question 3. Leslie Manville and John Lithgow were among the big winners at the annual Olivier Awards, the most prestigious event in UK theatre. But where did actress Romola Garai say she would keep her trophy? Was it A, in the bathroom, B, use it as a doorstep, or C, with her son's collection of action figures? I want to know what action figures he's got. Where did actress Romola Garai say she would keep her Laurence Olivier Award trophy? A, in the bathroom, B, as a doorstep, C, in her son's collection of action figures. Claire Haywood, you're absolutely right. It's in amongst her action figures. Question 4. A tea time favourite banned from RAF flights for 60 years was given the all clear to fly again, following tests which showed it was not likely to be a danger at altitude. Which sweet treats had their flight status restored? Was it A, donuts, B, tunnocks, tea cakes, or C, wagon wheels? A tea time favourite banned by the RAF for 60 years is now allowed to fly in the cockpit. But which is it? A, donuts, B, tunnocks, tea cakes, or C, wagon wheels? I knew this. I knew this. I'll give you a clue. It's quite fun when you get one to hit it really hard with your fist for no other reason. Don't eat it, just hit it. The answer is B, tunnocks, tea cakes. Question 5. A US judge ordered the Trump administration to restore the Associated Press's access to presidential events after the White House blocked the news agency in February. Which policy caused the row which led to Associated Press being banned? Was it A, ending automatic US citizenship from birth, B, pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord, or C, renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America? I think we all know this one, don't we? If we've been following the Trump thing, we did this. We did it when Associated Press were denied access to presidential events. What policy caused the Associated Press to be thrown out? A, ending automatic US citizenship from birth, B, pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord, or C, renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America? Yes, you're right. C, renaming the Gulf of Mexico. Question 6. Scotland secured the World Men's Curling Championships for a second time after a dramatic victory in Moose Jaw, Canada. I do love in Canada and America, there are places that are just merely descriptive. Moose Jaw, as in the jaw of a moose. Which country did they beat in the final? Was it A, Canada, B, Sweden, or C, Switzerland? Who did the Scottish Curling Championship team beat in Moose Jaw, Canada? Was it A, Canada, B, Sweden, or C, Switzerland? Edward Bevington, the AP suck. Anyway, I must admit, I've been to their website. They aren't great, are they? They're the ones that they run AP wires. That used to be when I worked. Can you believe I used to work for Channel 1, which was owned by the Evening Standard and the Daily Mail? I've actually worked for the Daily Mail. This is so self-hate. Next question. Final question. Let me just going to text Nad. She's just calling me. Let me just, am live. All okay. And if it's not, we'll soon find out. A bird of prey had attacked around 50 residents in the English village of Flamstead, was finally captured after several weeks. What species was the aggressive avian? This bird tore the top of a man's head off almost. Was it A, a buzzard, B, a Harris's hawk, or C, a red kite? A bird of prey that had attacked 50 residents in Flamstead was finally captured after several weeks. What species was it? Was it A, a buzzard, B, a Harris hawk, or C, a red kite? Bird of prey. The answer is B, a Harris hawk. Who got 7? Who got none? Who got anything in between? That could be all of you, couldn't it? I haven't got a text, haven't got an answer back. That's annoying. The answer, did I not say? The answer was a Harris hawk, B. Harris's hawk, B. Sorry. 3, Edward Bevington. 5, Alison Fisher. What was the curling answer? Switzerland. Sorry, Switzerland. C. It was Switzerland. C. Sorry. I got anything in between, lost count. Oh, thanks for those of you who are paying attention. How can you give me an answer on your score if you didn't know the answer to the question? Curling answer, sorry, was C, Switzerland. C. I've really fucked up the competition, the quiz. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Boo, loser. All right, guy. All right, team. All right, team. Anyway, guys, have a lovely weekend. As I say, something will be landed tonight. Go and check out part 2 of us trying to do a how-to guide of the hot tub. If I say so myself, I was roaring with laughter at parts of it. It was so silly. If you fancy a chuckle, it's like a sitcom, and God only knows why, how, and we get ourselves in these positions. But anyway, have a lovely day, guys. Thanks for all your contributions and all your input. It makes the